Imagine your mom says this to you when you are upset because you find out that your dead husband betrayed you. Sweetheart, her mother said, putting her arm around her. He was just a man. He was your husband. But that's all a husband is, just a man. Flawed. Infinitely fallible. The only way marriage works is to forgive and move on. And you can't do that for the sake of your marriage, obviously. But you have to at least do it for yourself. Now, she said you can't do it for the sake of your marriage because the man's dead. He's been dead for 4 years. And I'm saying, like, how would you feel? But this also seems like the type of advice that I would give, because the thing is, we want people, the people that try to give us reason when we want to be angry, we like, get out of my face with that. I don't want to hear that. I want to be angry. I want to be justified in my anger. Don't come over here being a voice of reason. So her mom was pretty much like telling her, like, you have to let it go. You have to forgive. This to me was one of the best quotes in this book. I actually did end up crying reading this because, girl, it was too much. It was too much. The book overall was great. Plot was great. Took some unexpected turns. I was wondering from the time that I started the book where it was going to go, because I told y'all before in the last segment on this book, it opens up at the memorial service for her husband. So we just know that this lady is suddenly a widow. We don't know what happened. And so they did a great job. The author did a great job painting the picture of this story, introducing characters. I would give it an 8 out of 10 only because I feel like there were some characters that felt very one-dimensional and unrealistic. Like her sister, for instance, I felt like her sister was a very 1D character. Like, we couldn't really expect much from her. We could only expect one type of thing to happen with her sister, and that was pretty much her throughout the entire storyline. Same with her dad. I feel like he was very just one-dimensional, but that really didn't matter or take away from the book itself, because that's just something that I observed. They weren't really main characters, but they definitely contributed very much so to the storyline. The book is The Husband Hour. I would say, if I had to sum this up, it is a story of family life, having strained relationships, overcoming dissatisfaction in life, learning to move forward with grief, and definitely overcoming the plight and obstacle of forgiveness. If you're in the mood for a page turner, honey, and some entertaining twist, I would say that this is the book for you. I think that it took us on a ride where we really felt like a comrade or a best friend of, like, we not necessarily a best friend, but you really felt like you were rooting for the main character. And then all of a sudden there's just so many twists and so many turns in the story. And it's also very slow, and it's not slow moving because the plot was going, okay? Like I said, it was a page turner, but it was a very calm story. Like, it wasn't crazy excitement because all of the things that have happened in the story are being told from the past. Like, we're looking back at things that happened. For the most part, there are things happening in the now that are also like, girl, what? But most of the story is us uncovering things in the past based on the perspective of a character who's already dead now. So that was interesting. This is the second book that I've read about a grieving wife, and them learning that the husband that they had, there were some secrets and things that they weren't aware of. So it was really interesting. I wanted to share the quote that I shared with y'all because I feel like it fits the overall theme that we're always talking about. Not even just with your husbands. I feel like people are flawed, and we have to give so much grace with people. We have to be so much more understanding sometimes than we're willing to be, because we all just peopling. And we let each other down sometimes. But anyway, this book I got from my library. I'm going to go bring it back tomorrow so the next person can go ahead and get on it because I'm done. I will probably have another book for y'all sometime next week if I decide to review it, because I am trying to finish 8 books over the course of the next 12 weeks just to get them off my list. So look forward to that, maybe.